Hello, and welcome back to Always Ours, Chapter 23. It's so safe and warm and pleasant here. He didn't know why he'd fought for so hard for so long. Netsu would take care of him. Netsu would ensure his sons would be safe when they came home. Netsu promised him a life he'd never thought possible, with all the teachers and the students and his sons, all as one big family. And wasn't that a nice thought? Rats are social creatures, and he'd been without socialization for so long, without the family he'd claimed, without purpose. But Nedzu was going to fix that. Nedzu was going to make their den impenetrable, a fortress. He'd never have to worry about his sons being hurt again, never have to worry about where the next meal is coming from, never have to fight for their right to exist just because they looked different. The only thing that would make it better was if his beloved master were alive. He could show Yoshi how his grandchildren had grown into fine men. Or even better, if Tang Shen were. He'd love to nuzzle her neck, inhale that scent that was uniquely hers, and then just lie there for a while. Show her that he'd never forgotten how much he owed her. Show her that he was still a good pet. And he was a good pet again, wasn't he? Thinking was really too hard for him. He really should have known better the moment Nedzu started showing interest. Why had he fought so hard again? It really was so nice to just exist without worrying about anything, knowing his husband would think for him. What had he been thinking all that time, telling Netsu he hated him? Of course, he could not hate the one who'd shown him the truth, had been patient enough to get through his stubborn pride. He doesn't even notice that the taste of the tea is off. Why would he? The tea makes the bad thoughts go away. The tea makes him so that he is once again simple, just a good, calm pet. There's nothing wrong with that. He feels dizzy. Why does he feel dizzy? Should he tell Netsu? But it's so hard to think. Netsu is smart. Netsu will figure it out. Netsu knows best. He'll just sit down in his favorite spot. The one he can't remember claiming, but he must have, because his scent is all over it. Though, why does that scent reek of misery? He's happy. He is a good, calm pet. The walls look like they're melting around him. Oh. Should he say something? No, it's fine. He's fine. He feels himself falling, hears his bad leg hit the floor last, and has the odd, distant thought that at least no one can yell at him for making it worse. He thinks he hears a panicked voice calling out, and then he's somewhere else. Somewhere familiar. The Ancient One's home. His home. And there, standing before it, Master Yoshi. He looks as he did when Splinter first became Tang Shen's pet. Young, strong, unbowed by tragedy. Splinter opens his mouth to tell him everything, how happy he is to see him, how much he's missed him. But Yoshi looks angry, more angry than after Tang Shen's murder, when he'd forgotten the Ancient One's lesson of no killing, angrier than Splinter has ever seen him. What are you doing here? Yoshi's voice cuts like a blade. You don't deserve to be here. This is our reward for a life of honor. What have you done that is honorable, little Splinter? The words strike harder than any physical blow. What have you done but spit on the Hamato name by giving up? What have you done but dishonor me by letting yourself be tricked into subservience, when your children, my grandchildren, need you? Yoshi's eyes are cold, final. You are no Hamato. The rejection shatters something inside Splinter's chest. Master, please. Tang Shen appears beside Yoshi, and her expression is worse than angry. It's disappointment. Little Splinter. Her voice is soft, sad. My pet. I was always of the opinion that you deserved life, that you deserved to be saved from Mashimu's blade. She steps closer, and Splinter wants to hide from what he sees in her eyes. If I had known you would give up, that you would abandon your sons because it is hard, I would never have rescued you. A pause. I am ashamed. No, Splinter whispers. Please, Yoshi. Please, Tang Shen. It's so hard to think, so hard to fight. My sons shouldn't have to suffer my incompetence. Weak. Yoshi spits the word like poison. I never thought you weak. Not when you carried my name into the battle nexus and proved yourself. Not when you trained your sons to carry my name proudly. Not even when Michelangelo bore that same name into the arena with honor. He leans forward, his eyes blazing. Not once did I think you weak. Not until now. You taught them to be warriors, Tang Shen adds, voice breaking. To be survivors. And yet, here you are, surrendered, drugged, willing. I tried. Splinter's voice breaks. Every time I tried, they were hurt worse. Every choice I made, it made things worse. So you stopped choosing. Yoshi's voice is flat. You let someone else think for you, decide for you, drug you into compliance and called it safety. They were suffering because of me. And now they suffer without you. Shen's voice rises. Do you think giving up protects them? Do you think your absence shields them from pain? Fight, Hamato Splinter. Yoshi's voice rings through the air like steel. Show me you still deserve to carry my name. Show me you won't continue to dishonor it. Show me that the rat who defied life itself when you found 4 turtles still exists somewhere beneath this compliance. His voice softens just barely. Fight, my son I did not know I had. Fight, little Splinter, Tang Shen echoes, tears streaming down her face. Fight, my pet, my son I didn't know I had. Don't let this be how your story ends. Their voices blend, rising like thunder, echoed by 4 dragons roaring. Fight! The word crashes through him like a tsunami. Fight! Fight! Not for Nezu, not for safety, not for peace, for them, for his sons who are out there somewhere, suffering through something he doesn't understand because he's been too drugged to notice. For Yoshi's name, which he swore to honor. For Tang Shen's simple act of mercy, which gave him this life. For the 4 infant turtles he pulled from ooze and promised to protect. Always. Splinter's eyes snap open, clarity crashing through the fog like ice water. Every muscle screams, his head pounds, but his mind is clear. For the first time in weeks, he can think. Easy, Recovery Girl's voice, quiet and firm. You're in my office. You overdosed. He tries to sit up. She presses him back down. Don't move too quickly. Nezu is monitoring this room. He thinks you're still unconscious. Her eyes met his, sharp and knowing. Can he fake it? Understanding floods through him. One chance. He lets his body go slack, eyes drifting closed, breathing evening out. Good, she murmurs, just loud enough for the camera. Rest now. I'll monitor him, Principal. A pause, then Netsu's voice over the intercom. Thank you, Chio. Please keep me updated on any changes. The speaker clicks off. Chio leans close, voice barely a whisper. I'm going to give you something. A sedative. Fast-acting, tasteless, if you can get it into his tea. She presses a small vial into his palm. End this, she says quietly, before he kills you. A pause. Or worse. It's a strange thing, walking from the school to Netsu's penthouse while pretending to still be under the effects of the tea. Stranger still to realize he doesn't hate Netsu, not even after everything. Netsu is as much a victim as he is, caught in the grip of something neither of them chose. When Netsu comes back to himself, if he comes back to himself, Splinter suspects the guilt will destroy him. So Splinter decides, there in that long walk back to captivity, if his sons choose to stay in this world, he will help Netsu heal. Because despite everything, the collar, the drugs, the cage, he has come to care for the principal. That part, at least, had been real. The first thing he does is sit in his usual chair, watching the monitors that show the other imprisoned heroes. But this time, he doesn't look hopefully to see if anyone has stirred. It has been just as long for them as it has for him. He can blame none of them for their inaction, not when he'd done the same, though he is worried about All Might. The symbol of peace sits slumped in an armchair, suppression cuffs glowing on his wrists, And even from here, Splinter can see the light has drained from him. If he strains his ears, he thinks he hears muttering. Not again. I can't be helpless again. Please, the students, Splinter, they need me. Mixed with apologies to Splinter for not fighting harder, to his successor for failing to protect him. All Might, the greatest hero alive, reduced to this. Splinter's jaw tightens. On another screen, Aizawa glares at the camera, while Yamada works at the window molding, tried yet another escape attempt. They tried more times than Splinter had. He remembers that now, through the clearing fog. And every time, it was Aizawa who took the blame. Aizawa, who Netsu punished. Splinter hopes the man will be able to forgive Netsu. He wouldn't blame him if he couldn't. Nemuri and Hound Dog have formed an odd codependent relationship over the weeks, but only Hound Dog looks up and growls when he sees the red light that tells them they're being watched. Splinter wishes he could turn the screens off, wishes he could tell them it will be over soon, wishes he could do anything but watch and wait for his opening. Then he hears it, the soft clink of the tea set being placed on the table. Time to perform. You've been very kind to me, my husband. He cringes inwardly at using the title, but Netsu needs to trust him, needs to let his guard down. He pushes every reaction deep, reminds himself of the ones who need him. Would you allow me to pour you a cup of tea? He keeps his voice soft, uncertain. Please, my love. I know I scared you with whatever happened. Allow me to show you I am still strong. Allow me to care for you, for once. Netsu startles, ears perking, eyes going wide with hope and triumph. You, finally! His voice cracks with emotion. Finally! I knew it! I knew you would come to see me as I see you. The manic joy in those words makes Splinter's stomach turn. You'll see, now that you're finally mine, all mine, things are going to be better. Of course you can pour the tea. With a sleight of paw, practiced from years of sneaking extra portions under his son's plates when they were recovering from injury, Splinter drops the tablet into Netsu's cup. It dissolves silently. Then he pours his own, careful to mimic the exact measurements Netsu always uses. He feels no guilt as he raises his cup to his lips and pretends to drink, letting the liquid sit in his mouth without swallowing. It doesn't have the distinctive bitter sweet taste of the sedative Netsu has been using on him. Chiyo is more careful than that. Still, using the same method feels like betrayal, a necessary betrayal. Netsu will be fine. Chiyo wouldn't use the same dangerous dosage that Netsu had escalated to. He hopes. You can already see Netsu's movements slowing, eyelids growing heavy. Come here, Splinter says gently, opening his arms. Let me hold you. Netsu practically melted into his lap, purring as Splinter's paw finds that spot behind his ears, the same spot Netsu had found on him. The vulnerability of it, how much Netsu trusts him in this moment, makes Splinter's throat tight. Sadly, Netsu seems to crave this touch as much as Splinter had. It means somewhere, beneath everything, they might be far more similar than he wants to admit. Something is wrong. Netsu's voice is getting sleepy, words slurring. No, my love. Splinter keeps his voice steady, keeps stretching. Everything is right, or it will be. Remember? You planned it all so well. I did? But I... Netsu's paws flex weakly against Splinter's chest. I am hurting. I know, my love. It's not your fault. And he means it. No one blames you. I am sorry. The words are barely above a whisper. Splinter's voice vision blurs. I know, he murmurs, cradling Netsu closer. I know. Just rest now. The soft snores begin moments later. Slowly, carefully, Splinter rises. He carries Netsu to the nest, the one he'd fought so hard against the first day. the one he'd found comfort in, despite himself. He lays Nezu down gently, arranging the blankets around him. Rest now, he whispers, paw lingering on Nezu's head for a moment. Leave the rest to me. Then he turns and goes to find the keys to the hero's cuffs. Behind him, Nezu sleeps peacefully, unaware that his perfect family is about to slip through his paws, unaware that when he wakes he'll have to face what he has become. Splinter's paws shake as he searches Nezu's desk. Top drawer, pens, paperwork, encrypted files. Second drawer, emergency protocols, map of UA's underground passages. Third drawer, he stops. Collars. Multiple collars, sized for different necks. His stomach drops. How many had Nezu been planning to use? Just the teachers? The students too when he brought them home? He slams the drawers shut and keeps searching. Finally, in his hidden compartment behind a photo of UA's graduating class, he finds them. Keys to the quirk-canceling cuffs, access cards to the rooms, override codes for the locks, everything he needs. He takes them all and heads to the door. One last glance back at Nezu, still sleeping peacefully in their nest. Forgive me, Splinter whispers. Then he's gone, moving through the penthouse with purpose, heading for All Might's room. If they're going to stop whatever's coming, if they're going to save his sons, they'll need the symbol of peace, even if that symbol is currently a little shaken. And that's the end of the chapter.